Welcome to our next episode. It is examination time and let's talk about the mantra of success. Exams are nearing and it is necessary for each one of us to succeed in the examinations. What is success? Believing in oneself and doing what is right is success. All of us are very familiar with the quote, I have not failed 10,000 times. I have successfully found 10,000 ways that it will not work, said Thomas Alva Edison. Every teacher on the surface of the earth has used this quote more than once to motivate the students. Everyone enjoys Hershey's chocolates, but did you know Milton Hershey started 3 separate candy-related ventures and was forced to watch all of them fail? Perseverance may not lead to success, but success is not possible without perseverance. And more than anything else, it requires an inner drive. A man once visited a temple near a construction site where he saw a sculptor making an idol. He noticed there was a similar idol lying nearby. Surprised, he asked the sculptor, "Do you need 2 statues of the same idol?" "No," said the sculptor, without even looking up. "We only need one, but this one has got a little damaged." The gentleman examined the idol which was lying by the side, and he found no apparent damage. "Where is the damage?" he asked. "There is a scratch on the nose of the idol," said the sculptor without looking up. He is still busy doing his work. "Where are you going to install the idol?" the man asked again. The sculptor replied, "It will be installed on a pillar which is 20 feet high." "If the idol is that far, who is going to know that there is a scratch on the nose?" the gentleman asked. Now the sculptor stopped his work. He put down his chisel and the hammer. He looked at the gentleman, smiled, and said, "I will know it." The desire to excel is exclusive of the fact whether someone appreciates it or not. It is a success which is a drive from inside, not from outside. The law of life says, in life you will not get everything you desire. Why not? Can you complete the sentence? That's right. The completed sentence reads, in life you will not get what you desire, but what you deserve. What is this dependent upon? Any idea? It is dependent upon ability, hard work, and perseverance. Although Beethoven is known today for his beautiful music, it did not come easy to him. His music teacher had said that as a composer, he is hopeless. At a later stage in life, he was also strongly criticized for the music that he created. Yet, he became one of the biggest influencers to shift the classical era towards the romantic era. Now is the time for another story. Dashrath Manji is commonly referred to as a mountain man. He was a laborer in a village near Gaya in Bihar. His village was cut off from the rest of the civilization by a hill. His wife, who was pregnant, had a fall and medical help could not reach her, and she breathed her last, leaving behind a child. So Dashrath Manji vowed that he will not let such a situation befall on anybody from his village. So armed with a chisel and a hammer, he decided to carve out a road through the hill, so medical help could reach his village. People called him mad. They called him a fool, but he did not stop. He carved a path 30 feet wide, 360 feet long, through a hill 25 feet high, using only a hammer and a chisel. It took him 22 years to complete the task that he had undertaken. There were a few who sympathized with him and supplied him with with water, food, and the tools, but no one came to lend a hand. This is an example of perseverance, not to give up the task undertaken. In that sense, Dashrath Manji was successful. He had a dream and he fulfilled it. A motorable road was made by the government after his death. Now let us take a relook at success and failure. What is success? Getting 90% marks and above? Getting a plum job? Earning a big fat salary? Maybe, maybe not. Let's take a look at Sachin Tendulkar. At the age of 14, he played 55 games, one after another, and in the evening, he would fall asleep at the table. So, what made Sachin successful and gain mastery over cricket? Talent, attitude, or perseverance? That's right. It is the attitude and the perseverance that goes a long way in making one successful. That is why he is referred to as Master Blaster. It is believed that Vinod Kambli was more talented than Sachin. Yet, at the age of 22, Kambli played his last first-class cricket. He could not continue after facing a bouncer from Courtney Walsh. This is because all along he had depended on his talent, and when faced with failure, he didn't know how to proceed. This is where the emotional quotient or the EQ comes into play. When you make an error the first time, it is called a mistake. But if you were to repeat it, then it is not called a mistake. So stop repeating your mistakes and become predictable. Learn from your failure, learn from your mistakes, and grow from strength to strength. I believe the Australian Army does not recruit people who have not failed at least once. Because they believe, I suppose, that when you fail once, then you will know how to bounce back. The American technology company Kodak was built on the culture of innovation and change in 1888. Kodak held such a dominant position in the photography film in that time that the tagline Kodak moment has become so famous and it is used for promoting events. Kodak owned the film market with 90% market share in the 1970s. The first digital camera was designed by a Kodak engineer in 1975. It was filmless photography at that time, and they did not want to threaten their film business, and so they did not market the digital camera. Whereas the other digital companies like Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm took advantage of the situation. Kodak missed the opportunity which they themselves had invented. There are some students who excel, do more than what has been asked for. They are high achievers. There are a few students who just about manage to meet the requirements to keep afloat, manage to pass, and move to the next grade fairly comfortably. But there are a few who need to be pushed, prodded, and reprimanded. All these children need to build their inner drive to chase success. Success is not 90% for all. One needs to have a balance between what one is capable and what is needed. The effort has to be consistent. Only then will it become a habit. Each individual is responsible for the success that he or she wants to achieve. Stop not till the goal is reached. You are the leader of your life. Seek mastery, schedule it, and remember it is worth it. Any questions that you have, you may address them to yourquerymystory@gmail.com. Send a voice message if you don't want to type in a mail. That's all for today. I will see you next week.